Thank you. That's Luke Halpin on mandolin.
Hey everybody, my name's Bobby. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we wanted to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. Join us as we transform the community center for both dinner and a show. Our festive family winter Christmas party for all ages is on Friday, December 5th. Enjoy breakfast for dinner, games, and a joyful holiday show with Barry, Mike, and Rob. And support families in need this holiday season by selecting a tag from the Giving Tree in the Teal Sanctuary lobby. Tags go up Wednesday, November 26th. Donations and gifts from you will benefit children who might not receive much this Christmas.
As part of your celebration of Thanksgiving this year, we hope you'll be with us for Thanksgiving Eve service. It's going to start out at 5:30 in the community center with pies. Lots of pies. Come get your pie on. Then at 6:30 in the Teal Sanctuary, we'll have a very special service celebrating and honoring gratitude. Gratitude now, gratitude always, with special guest Hazel Miller, the Mile High Choir, and Laura Berman. The music is going to be rockin'. I know you're going to be grateful, and I hope you'll join us.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the event center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org.
Well, good morning, Mile High Church family. Stand if you are able. We're going to sing Spirit is in this house here. Man, you look good today.
Thank you, Laura Berman and our wonderful band. Great job. Good morning, Mile High Church. Welcome to this place that Spirit's here. Welcome to those of you watching online. I want you to know, if you're watching online, there's lots of Broncos wear here today. That makes me very happy. Go Broncos. Yeah. Welcome. I love from the Judeo-Christian Bible the phrase that says, "Oh, the people perish without vision." Without a vision, the people will perish. And what that says to me is that we are always seeking to deepen into a greater vision of who we are and what our life is all about. And what I've noticed by coming to our community all these many years is that every time I leave here, I'm activated with the vision of who I really am. And we hope today, and we affirm today, that everything that we're about in our service does that for each one of us, so that we go forth into our world living that vision of who we are, fully, completely alive. So welcome to a beautiful community with a great vision. And speaking of which, we're going to share the vision of our community. Before we go any further, we invite you to speak it aloud with us, our vision and our mission. They're coming up on the screen. Let's say our vision together. Oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. What a joy it is to anchor ourselves in the awareness of that. We're going to head into our spiritual practice now. And speaking of vision, I think ministers, people who set out to be ministers, have big visions for themselves. And we have a new special focus minister here with us today to do our opening prayer. We're so grateful that Reverend Steve Kinsfather is praying with us today. So wonderful. To step into that practice, we invite you now to take a deep breath and to settle in as we experience some songs, some silence, and Reverend Steve leads us in that prayer. Let us begin.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is
It is in the silence that we most clearly hear the voice of the divine presence within. When we hear this voice and commune with that presence, we become aware of and we understand that the highest God and the innermost God are one God, known by many names, and yet it cannot truly be named. And when we listen to Mother Nature, she teaches us life in all of its forms, shapes, sizes, colors, fragrances. They're all interdependent, depend on each other for life itself, and yet coexist in harmony. And we as humans, in all of our different sizes, shapes, and colors, we too can exist in harmony. And when we set our differences aside and let that become oneness, our differences are greatly diminished when we all speak the same language, love. For the language of love is universally understood. And wherever you are right now, I ask that you move into a place of love, loving ourselves first in order that we might be able to love our neighbor. For we cannot give that which we do not have. And those of you present with me here in this Mile High Church sacred sanctuary, love yourself and let that love radiate out to those around you, that they feel your loving presence without saying a word. And we feel their loving presence coming back to us, so powerful and strong and multiplied that this sacred container of Mile High Church does not contain that love, but we'll allow it to ripple out into the world, touching all those that need it most right now. And with our hearts in the right place, we become open at the top. We open our minds, and we listen again to that inner voice. And I ask that we listen to the message of Dr. Michelle today with the beginner's mind. For the beginner's mind is teachable. It seeks wisdom, it seeks the truth, and it knows. So when our mind and hearts align with the divine, this life is joy. It becomes so, it is so, and so it is.
Sunlight fell and reminded me that life can be so gracious sometimes. And I felt like everything around me was connected somehow. At night I hear the rhythm of the ocean as it breaks on the shore. And I think about all the things that I am grateful for. And they say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have and let the light shine through. Sometimes I get a little bit emotional when I see love unfold. Two hearts bound by reflections of the memories they'll forever hold. And they say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. Yeah. Hold on to They say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. And they say, hold on to this time we have and let the light shine through.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Laura. Well, we are joyful this morning to welcome 21 new members to Mile High Church. Yes. About half of them took our class that we offer for membership in a self-paced class online, and half of them came to an in-person class. And one of them I know can't be here because she lives in Norway. But I hope that she's watching online. So Reverend Josh, welcome. It's good to see you this morning. Would you tell us a little bit about the meaning of membership here and welcome our new members?
Sure. Hey, I love that song.
That was a beautiful song. Yeah.
A great song. Mile High, we're a church. We're a spiritual community. We're an online community. But I think, Michelle, fundamentally, we're a place of healing. You know, we seek to be a presence of healing for ourselves and others. And I think what happens for all of us, whether we know it or not, we come into this place in need of some healing because of a loss, broken relationship, broken version of ourselves, and we experience immense healing. But I think there's no greater healing, Michelle, than what happens when we realize, oh my God, I get to be a participant in other people's healing too. I get to be a part of the consciousness of this place, which is made up of the people of this place, that holds a place of wholeness, healing, well-being, and awareness that each and every one of us is a magnificent, precious expression of the divine. And if you need reminding of it, you come right here to Mile High Church. And so being a member is participating in that healing for ourselves, but it's every time we show up here in our own little magical way, being it for someone, we may never know that they needed it, but because we were here and showed up, we help them too. And that's a pretty cool thing.
It's very cool. Very cool. Thank you. And I said at the first service that I think that membership is also about belonging, that our new members have stepped into a place of trust with us and with this teaching in our community, that they're choosing to belong. And Maya Angelou says to us, I long as every human being to be at home wherever I find myself. And we certainly hope that Mile High Church is a spiritual home in which you feel a great sense of belonging. So in order to welcome you, we're going to have a little ceremony later with our board members. I'd like to, first of all, invite any of our current board members to stand so that we can acknowledge them and thank them for the acceptance of these new members. There's Kate back there, Paula, Laura, Steve, Bill. Thank you, board members. And I'm going to read your names, those of you who are present, one at a time. I'll ask everyone to hold your applause until the very end. When I read your name, you can stand up briefly and sit right back down if you choose, and we will get a chance to welcome you. So we're going to go alphabetically, so by last name, so that gives you a sense of when you're coming, all right? Heather Anderson. Heather, I bet you get to stand up a lot right at first. Yes, welcome, Heather. Jessica Bird. Thank you, Jessica. Sally, I didn't practice Sally's last name. How do you say her last name? Ciccarelli Wolf. Thank you. Welcome, Sally. That's beautiful. Clint Eisworth. There, he's waving. Okay, hi, Clint. Thank you. Linda Jacobs. Beautiful. Roy Lancaster. Thank you, Roy. Grant McGahee. Welcome. Marina Miller. Robin Riley. Kiana Smith. Lisa Thompson. Jenna Wheatley. Chris Wheatley. Beautiful. Are there any new members who are here who didn't make it down front that we've missed? Where is she? Who is it back there? Can't see. Oh, hello. Welcome. You're not on the list, are you? Where are you? I didn't see you on the list. Okay, I'll get you later, okay? Thank you. So I invite all of our new members. One more? Who did we miss? Kent, they didn't check your name off here, Kent. Kent DeLongchamp. Thank you. Stand up, everybody, as you see that shirt, Kent. Yeah, all right, good. New members, will you please rise? All new members, please rise. Please stay standing. Please stay standing for just a moment. I have a question for all of you new members. Do you consciously choose membership here at Mile High Church with all the rights, privileges, and commitments it asks of you? And stay standing, and I invite all of our current members, all those of you who've gone through membership, to rise with us. Members, in gratitude for the light of each one, do you joyfully welcome these new members into membership here at our Mile High Church? Yes. Welcome. Woo. Thanks.
All the times you thought you'd never make it through, felt just like the world just turned its back on you, didn't stop you. All the times you could have given in and given up, times you didn't know if you were strong enough, still you got through. Somehow it's all part of the plan. The journey, the journey, the journey. It's the journey, it's a getting there to where you're going to. Go through hell, but still you're going. It's a fire that they can't put out inside. It's a hell of a ride. All the times they thought that they could hold you back, but you've always known there was no chance of that. You're made too strong, and when you're going with your heart, you can go farther than you ever thought possible. Prove them all wrong. It's part of the bigger plan. The journey, the journey, the journey.
Laura Berman, The Journey, and our wonderful band. Luke and Bijou and Mike and Rob. They're awesome, aren't they? They're so talented. It's like I was intimidated to sing with them because they're so good, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Oh, welcome again. I'm so happy to be here. And I am talking today about Beatitudes. We're going to talk about the wisdom of the Beatitudes. This is part one of two parts. Next week, we'll continue our journey through the Beatitudes. And some of us are probably more familiar with the Beatitudes than others. They're statements that were contained within the Sermon on the Mount that the Gospels say Jesus gave to 1,000, 2,000 people, we're not really sure, out in the middle of the desert. In Matthew, they call it the Sermon on the Mount. Luke called it the Sermon on the Plains. That was very interesting, a different name. And we've heard about the Beatitudes for years, and talking to people after the first service, some people have really studied them and deepened into them throughout their spiritual journey and their religious journey, and others are like, no, I don't even know what those are. I saw a little boy, when asked what were the Beatitudes, he said they were John, Paul, George, and Ringo. So if you've been thinking the same thing, I got news for you today. They are not the Beatitudes, they are the Beatitudes. And so we're going to dive into them. Now, I had heard of them and had a little bit of knowledge about them through my spiritual education, formerly as a Catholic, not much. And the moment that I got a little inspired, or a lot inspired, I guess you could say, to explore the Beatitudes was upon watching The Chosen. It's a series that Ken and I watched where they are sharing about the life of Jesus. And it's a beautiful, beautiful series. They've admitted, the producers and writers admit they've taken a little creative licensing here and assumed a few things and added a few little stories. However, the reason that I got caught up in the Beatitudes is that they depicted the moment of the Sermon on the Mount with Jesus and the disciples standing there with this thousands of people in front of them. The people were worn down. They'd been being oppressed by the Romans in horrible ways. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. And they came to hear this preacher, Jesus, talk, and were looking for some hope and inspiration. This is also the part in the Gospels where the loaves and the fishes miracle occurred, because they sat there apparently for days. Nobody better complain about how long I talk again. I'm just going to say. Days with no food. And so Jesus apparently performed this miracle where the loaves and fishes were plentiful and people could eat and drink and hang around and enjoy his sermon for even longer. And so what I also thought was really fascinating is that Jesus is standing up on a hill preaching to these people, thousands of people deep. He didn't have a microphone. So the way they depicted it in the series is that they stationed the disciples all along the way, and as Jesus would speak, the disciples would repeat what he was saying to that group of people, and then the next group of disciples would hear it and repeat it. This went on for days as the people waited for this message and were captivated by this message. What was special about it? How come it has had such an important part and lasted the test of time through spiritual journey? And so I really felt captivated by this whole scene and began to contemplate the Beatitudes and the impact that they might have. And so I set out on an 8-week journey 8 weeks ago to really deepen into the Beatitudes. I had some help along the way, thank goodness. I had help from a high school friend of mine named Bob, who is a Jungian expert, who's a minister at Highlands Ministry in Denver, Highlands Church, who is an Aramaic expert. He speaks Aramaic, which is the original language of Jesus. And so Bob sat down with me, he gave me some materials and invited me into this journey. I knew I was going to do 40 days, and he gave me a packet that helped me to actually put it into practice while I was studying. And usually at the end of my talks, I will give you some things to do when you leave here to put this talk into practice. Well, I'm going to do it backwards today. We're going to start out with that stuff because that's what he gave me, and that's what I used to contemplate these Beatitudes. My fondest desire for this message is that one or two of them might speak to you, and that you might be willing to go out and do some deeper spiritual work around them yourself. And the process that he gave me was born out of some conversation that was in the packet that Carl Jung contributed to about transformation. It was about using these Beatitudes and using this practice to transform oneself. Carl Jung says, transformation is the state of someone who, in wandering through the mazes of his psychic transformation, comes upon a secret happiness which reconciles him to his apparent loneliness. In communing with himself, he finds not deadly boredom, melancholy, but an inner partner. More than that, a relationship that seems like the happiness of a secret love or a hidden springtime when the green seed sprouts from the barren earth, holding out the promise of future harvests. So we talked about this process of deepening into these Beatitudes as an invitation into transformation. And I love that notion of a secret love or a hidden springtime. That's about finding that depth within us, that love and that presence within us that is our truest companion, that is this beautiful alchemy of us in this world of form that we live in, this human life experience, and us as this infinite spiritual presence. And when we discover that and when we allow that to come forth, it's like a bliss, a secret happiness is born in us. I invite us all to think about a time when you were kind of blissed out that didn't involve chocolate. Although chocolate, technically, dark chocolate is considered to be something that activates that bliss hormone biologically, they say. However, think about a moment where you had a dream come true. Something that you've been yearning for came about. The bliss of love. The bliss of a beautiful child in your life that you just adore. The bliss of accomplishing something within yourself that you've been looking to change or transform. The bliss of that. And notice with me that when we bring ourselves back consciously to a blissful moment like that, some people will say with regards to that kind of blissful happiness, it's like we're walking on air. We walk through our lives, and we might look around, and we might see some trouble over there, a challenge over there. But some people will say, I'm too happy to let that bother me. I'm unbotherable because I'm in bliss. I'm unbotherable. See, the challenge might be in our life that with regards to our personal life or our family life, our work life, our collective life as human beings, we're letting ourselves be bothered a little too much. And we're not going to accomplish the things we want to accomplish by letting ourselves be bothered all the time. So we must seek out and facilitate ourselves forward into more blissful states. So the practice that I was given to encounter all of these wonderful Beatitudes is a steps that I'm going to give you that I encourage you to consider. The first step, well, it's called Lectio Divina, or divine reading, divine study. And of course, the first step is the actual Lectio. It's about reading and maybe rereading and reading over again. When I was in acting, we would take a line and we would practice reading it with certain emphasis in certain places to change the way that it landed on us. And so reading it and getting it and being with it as we read it, and then meditatio, which is the meditative, take it into meditation and allow ourselves to meditate upon that statement. And then oratio, which is the prayer part, do a prayer to manifest the meaning and feel the deep experience of that meaning. And then contemplatio, which is about contemplating what you get as you go within. And then the last one, actio, which is taking action, doing something, encountering someone differently because I've been transformed by being with this beatitude. And I suggest that we do it this way because I believe in all the studying that I've done that was Jesus' intention. His intention was to call forth and activate that spiritual bliss for the people who were listening. Those people, as I mentioned, were under great oppression from the Roman Empire. The Romans were often being violent, were being very controlling, were demanding lots of taxes. The Romans were sometimes even taking property from the people and demanding that they just surrender their homes up. The people that Jesus was ministering to, his people, the Jewish people, were definitely often very sad and depressed and lost. And so he brought them together many times to minister to them and to constantly remind them of love and peace and joy and the truth of God so that they could have that walking on air feeling as they encountered the challenges of their lives. And he brought these Beatitudes forth literally to engender bliss. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Because as we translate these, what I went to mostly and felt captivated by was the work of Dr. Rocco Errico. Dr. Errico had worked with George Lambza, and together they produced the Lambza Bible. The Bible is the Gospels from the standpoint of that original language, the Aramaic. Now, I know a lot of people in our world believe that whatever version of the Bible they most attune to is the Word of God. And there are lots of Bibles out there. There's lots of versions out there. There's the King James Version, the Gnostic. There's all sorts of versions, and the Lambza Bible is just one of them. And I feel like it has been like a big game of telephone to me. Like, what if I whispered something in the ears of every person here in the front row and said, now send it back? What do you think those back row people, some of them would probably get it right, but it would come out kind of all garbled and maybe a little mistranslated here and there. And I felt for years like maybe that's some of what we experience as we encounter some of the things that are in the Judeo-Christian Bible, thousands of years old. It would seem to me logically that some of it might have been mistranslated along the way. So what I've loved about this journey is it's going directly to the language of Jesus, the Aramaic, and hearing it the way he really said it, according to the authors who were following him around. They wrote later, years after he was gone, but they did their best, even in that process, to write down what he was attempting to teach. So I'm going to give us the original Beatitude and follow it up with Rocco Errico's translation from the Aramaic and some of the things that might help us to deepen into that blissful state. Remember, that's what Jesus was attempting to do, activate. So what you will find with all of these is that in Aramaic, the word has been translated blessed, and that's how we know it. Blessed are they, blessed are they. However, Dr. Errico believes that it really was blissful are they. So this is how it changes it. The first beatitude is, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. He translates, or he said it, that Jesus actually said, blissful are they, the poor in spirit, for theirs is the consulship of the heavens. Now, an interesting thing is that Rocco Errico also talks, not only do you have to understand the language of Aramaic to make sense of a lot of the things that were said, you also have to understand customs and idioms and practices of the Jewish people, things that were important to them, what their morals were like, what living in their world was like, to understand more about what he was saying. And so many times people have translated this particular beatitude to indicate that people who are poor, who are experiencing poverty, are somehow blessed more than those who are rich. And that's not exactly what he meant, because if we look back at the words poor in spirit, during those times, that phrase in Aramaic was really meant to indicate a person who was deeply devoted to God, almost saint-like. Nothing poor about them, nothing missing, but the term poor in spirit was used. And think about all the crazy terms we have that we refer to people. That I often think about the future, and people come back and look at things we said to each other, and they go, what do they mean by that? And we might be doing the same thing here. So blissful are they, the poor in spirit, for theirs is the consulship of heaven, of the heavens. And I remind us all that we see throughout the teachings of Jesus a constant invitation to recognize that heaven is not some far-off place, that the kingdom of heaven is here, is at hand. So his very first beatitude was saying to the people, blissful are they who seek out God, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs now. And that alone, great bliss in and of itself. And to do that, the Aramaic considers the notion that we remain open, we remain humble, we remain non-arrogant. We open ourselves. We don't live in a place where we think we're better than anyone or even worse than anyone. We live in a place of humble connectedness with the divine. Being non-judgmental and open, this is the kingdom of heaven. And I tend to agree with it. If I look back on my life, I can say absolutely that I have never experienced a moment of the kingdom of heaven when I've been in judgment. Not once. It's actually the opposite. I experience hell. I experience separation. I experience disconnect. So if we continue to persist thinking that the judgment is the pathway for us, we will not experience the bliss of the kingdom of heaven. Erico says to us, it is a non-judgmental attitude that does not see itself as above anyone or anything, racially, nationally, religiously, politically, educationally, or spiritually. It's about receivership of all beings, true love activated, that we experience the bliss that Jesus is talking about. In the second beatitude, we normally hear it to be, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. From the Aramaic, blissful are they, the mournful, for they will be morally and emotionally strengthened. In this one, Jesus is talking about people who are willing to fall into their hearts, because he's acknowledging that, yes, sometimes this being human stuff, it's hard. And we have to learn to have our feelings and to have compassion and empathy for other human beings. This is one of the challenges, I think, of encountering the kingdom of heaven and oneness. Some of us, I think, are oneness resistant, because to feel and experience true oneness, what it requires of the heart and the soul is not only to feel that blissful, I'm one with everyone, yay! It also requires us to feel there's pain, there's suffering, there's hurt in the human field. Can I be one with that? 2, that's oneness. So Jesus is talking about those who can experience that divine bliss and still recognize that the human journey can be filled with a bit of pain and suffering, and still remain compassionate and open and heartful in the journey. And his assertion is that will bring about true bliss. The third one, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. And all the introverts are like, yeah, right? Maybe that's what will happen. I'm not opposed to that, actually. Here's how they translate it from the Aramaic. Blissful are they, the gentle, for they inherit the land. Another interesting idiom, because what Errico says is that there were numerous cases of the Jewish people whose land was taken over by the Romans, occupied by the Romans, and the Jewish people, naturally, some of them tried to fight back. And that when they fought back, they got hurt, they got imprisoned, sometimes they got killed. Jesus was advocating for nonviolence. He wasn't advocating for just roll over and take it. He was advocating for the kind of nonviolence that we have heard over the years taught by Gandhi and the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That kind of nonviolence that stands in the midst sometimes of very difficult things and does not, I'm going to fight you, feel like the cowardly lion, one hand behind my back, thinking that that's the courageous thing to do. And sometimes fighting for what is right, which will be part of the next beatitude, is important. However, never from violence. And violent thoughts, violent actions, violent words are a huge part of, I think, what this beatitude points us to, is the willingness to be gentle. That he's talking about when we can be gentle, we can change things, we can transform things. Dr. Errico tells many stories about people he knew who encountered challenges in nonviolent ways and made a huge difference in the world, powerful difference in the world. And so we can do that too in our lives. Finding nonviolence, and at the very least, inviting ourselves into a diligence of lectio divina of, I gotta stop having violent thoughts about other people and situations. I've got to bring myself back to bliss. And the last one that we're going to study today is, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Righteousness. That's not exactly the Aramaic translation. The Aramaic translation is, blissful are they, those who hunger after and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. Rocco Errico says, Jesus knew that true justice and goodness must come flowing from the minds and hearts of the people themselves. Usually justice is associated with political and governmental rule, but really it needs to permeate every phase of life and express itself in everything we do. For this word also refers to genuine integrity and rightness of being, and therefore living. Brené Brown calls it wholehearted living, being in integrity. Watching how quickly we shout for justice when we ourselves are not entirely in integrity in our lives. Maybe we're not sharing our real thoughts with people or our real feelings. Maybe we're out and out lying or being out of integrity in some way. And he's talking about when we are willing to be about and thirst for justice within ourselves and in the world, that we will be truly satisfied. We will experience the great bliss of that alignment, because that is wholeness. And what we yearn for is the experience of wholeness, not separation, not they're wrong, I'm right, not I'm going to get them, but that connectedness that integrity can bring, where we can look at someone different than us and see the beauty in them, and see the light, and see the God. That's integrity. That's what this particular beatitude is calling us back to. Powerful, powerful works. So this week, again, an invitation to contemplate, to deepen, feel into any of these that might be up for you, that are niggling at your consciousness, that you go, oh, I want to work on that. They are non-arrogance, being willing to be non-arrogant and righteous, having empathy and compassion, even when we see pain happening in the world, being non-aggressive and being kind and gentle in our work, and even in asking for things to be different, being kind and gentle, and integrity and wholeness. These are the ways that we activate these Beatitudes, and I say, activate the bliss, because all of these qualities represent the truth about me and you and every human being. And next week, we'll continue on with the rest of our Beatitudes, and right now, we're going to pray together. So I invite our practitioner prayer partners to stand with me as we pray. And I invite each one of us to remember that we can come forward at the end of our service and receive some prayer. That's a great way to activate bliss. We talk about in our classes, go get a prayer from the practitioners, whether you think you need it or not. It'll be a great joy. And so, as we pray together now, we fall into that awareness of the divine, consciously aware of the infinite, the oneness, the wholeness, the light and the life that permeates all creation. We feel, we sense it, and we embrace it and allow ourselves to consciously be embraced by it and feel that joyful recognition of the invitation today that we have been issued to our soul, to our hearts, to our being, to our life from these beautiful, wise words from the great teacher Jesus, the Beatitudes, that call us back to our wholeness, call us back to true bliss, call us back to our spiritual bliss like nothing else. And we receive that call boldly and gloriously and say yes to it within ourselves. Yes to it. Such that we begin to feel the transformation already happening as we step forward into our world beyond Mile High, into the pathway of our living and our relationships and the decisions we're making and the journey we are on, knowing that we are uplifted by the kingdom of heaven at all times, and that we are absolutely embraced by the divine here and now. I accept this, I affirm this, and I give glorious thanks for this truth now living in, through, and as each one of us. And I release this prayer into the action of that beautiful law, letting it go, letting it be. It is done. And so it is. Amen.
Somehow it's all part of the plan, the journey, the journey, the journey. It's the journey, it's a getting there to where you want to go. Going through hell, but still you're gonna make it through. It's a fire that they can't put out inside. It's a hell of a ride. Oh, the journey.
Beautiful. Thank you, Laura and Rob. Beautiful, beautiful. Reverend Jackie Harris is joining me here. We want to acknowledge and celebrate what a absolutely generous congregation we have here. It's touched us to no end. The results that we had from our food drive, and Reverend Jackie's going to tell us all about it, and we're both going to try not to cry too much. It's very touching.
Blessed, well, yes.
I turned it on for you.
Blessed are you who share of your abundance. Our food drive was an over-the-top success. We received $4,500 in cash donations. Yes. And we received 6,500 pounds of food.
Wow.
Now, let me tell you how that looks. The truck, when the folks came from the Action Center, there were 3 young men who came in, walked into the community center, looked up at that stage. We had volunteers moving the food up to the edge, and they said, you didn't have any more than 3 pallets. 1 pallet holds about 1,000 pounds. So they were able, in their truck, to hold 5,000 pounds of food. So that meant we still had 1,500 pounds of food. So I want to thank Rita, who was helping us load the food in. She happened to have a pickup truck. We filled her pickup truck with 1,000 pounds of food. We still had food left, and Todd, with his pickup, took the rest of it, and we convoyed down to the Action Center. You are absolutely the best. Thank you. And I look forward, 2 weeks from now is the Giving Tree.
Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Thank you so much, Reverend Jackie. Thank you for your beautiful work and support. Wow. So that is truly a demonstration of abundance, and that's the joy of being in abundance, is being able to see and hear stories like this. And so whether you or someone who got to donate food this time or not, what I know is that we are one. We are a community. So all of us together created that amazing result. So thank you for those of you who brought food. Thank you for those who donated money. Thank you to those of you who held the space and affirmed good outcomes for this wonderful food drive. So thank you, thank you. And as always, thank you for all the financial gifts that you give into this ministry. We feel so blessed to receive them and to see the beautiful abundance that flows through Mile High Church. So as we go ahead and give today, I invite you to take that gift, if you have it, and put it up to your heart, or just imagine that moment you're going to push that button to text to give, or whatever you're doing. I especially want to call out those of you watching online. I know it's real easy to sit there in your jams and say bye-bye and just tune out, which I get. And I hope that you will engage with us in this process by joining us in this affirmation and certainly taking time to give. We are so grateful for all the gifts that come through our online audience too. So as we do this now, let us say our affirmation together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
What a blessed, blissful morning. This is a brand new song, a brand new to Mile High song called Rebirth, and there are 2 lines in the chorus. Out of the hard times in life comes rebirth, and out of the hard times in life we grow. So, take that in. I saw the flames burn it all down, my life on fire. Thought I knew where I was headed and knew my desire. Everything gone in a moment on that painful day. Rising up out of the ashes, I'm trying to find my way. Out of the hard times in life comes rebirth, yeah. Out of the hard times in life we grow. All that I thought that I needed, all that I knew, all that was taken away from me, what can I do? It would be easy to give up and let myself fall, but I'll climb up out of these ashes and I will reach up tall.
Thank you, Laura Berman, and our wonderful band once again. We are so blessed. Yes. If you are brand new to Mile High Church, we are so grateful for your presence here. We've got a great welcome center right out there in the center of the lobby. We hope you'll stop. We've got wonderful volunteers, can answer questions. We've got some gifts for you to pick up, so please come and see us, and we hope you come back many times. We've got some great things happening this week. 2 interfaith events,
two
right?
interfaith. But also, I just wanted to thank you, Michelle. What a moment of bliss when I heard you and Laura's voices combining in such beautiful vibration.
Thank you very much. That was fun. Thank you.
Very beautiful. So yes, I want to invite you this Tuesday evening. Our Bodhisattva class is beginning in person, and we're going to have a little bit, speaking of sound vibration, we will have the gong coming to class, the gentle waves of the gong, but also we're going to study these ancient teachings that still are relevant today for opening our hearts and taming our minds so that we can be of support to those around us. And there's still time to join online too if you want to join us in that capacity. And then we also, this Friday night, we have a kirtan coming to our vote center at 7 p.m. Scott and Shanti Medina, if you haven't had the chance to experience the absolute container of devotion that they weave with their music, I hope that you will consider join us. You can sing along, you can dance along, and you can just simply sit there and absorb along with us. So I hope to see all of you there.
Thank you. It's going to be a great week. We also have our wonderful Healing Intention Circles happening on Saturday, November 22nd from 10 to 2. Some of you might know those as the Power of 8 circles. They're great circles for healing energy for anything, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing. So Reverend Kay and the Healing Ministry will be producing those. And now if you would, please stand with me while we do the invocation, or the benediction and peace song. Please say after me, something blissful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. I claim it. I am it. Thank you, life. And so